We are loaded into Old Country. It's time to find out who will play against Marine Lord and Lilbo in the finals. Spawning in the bottom right position, we have the Red Challenger team qualifying through the second qualifier. We have Larry teaming up with his best buddy, PureLegacy. You guys haven't heard of these players before today because all they ever did was play 2v2. And guess what? Thanks to Ting, now you know who they are. Now you know that there are some people out there who apparently kick ass, take names, and don't chew a whole lot of bubblegum in the 2v2 scene. They're going up against two very high-level 1v1 players in the European scene. Red Bloods, HaNfy, and Red Bloods, Lillekanin, who is... I'm very, very interested to see the way that this series closes out. It seems that a very specific style of playing this map has been chosen by PureLegacy, by Larry. We have a barracks on the low ground, gateway on the low ground. Everybody seems like they want to go for some pretty quick wall, I'd imagine. But I don't think a wall is really applicable on this map. Old Country, you have a giant rock wall in front of your base. You have a giant rock wall in front of the other guy's base. You have to break down a 2,000 hit point rock with 3 armor if you want to actually attack the other team at the start of the game. So that complicates things a little bit. HaNfy's gone for a very quick gas opening. Lillekanin, at the same time, only opening up with a very quick Reaper. Just one barracks, though. Just one barracks. Where's that orbital? Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, he doesn't have another barracks somewhere on the map, does he? PureLegacy has another barracks. So PureLegacy's going to go for the 2 racks Reaper opening. This SCV. You can't really scout on this map. So, like, he's coming up here. What's he going to do? Oh, is he checking for... What is this SCV rally? He just wants to check up here. Maybe check for a barracks lift. When he sees the Overlord, I was like, okay, it doesn't tell you much. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, on Old Country, you can only spawn cross-spawn in 2v2. I have a feeling we might see Warp Gate this game from Larry, or he's just going to build a Stargate in the front and go for a very, very fast Oracle. Oracle Reaper is a very powerful way to play. I think Lillekanin, is he going to feed? No, he's gone for a super fast Engineering Bay. What is he expecting? He's got to be expecting an Oracle. Well, there's a Stargate for Larry. Larry is not getting Warp Gate, so maybe we will see that second Stargate at some point or another, or maybe just a Mothership Core, delaying it a bit more. Yeah, it does get the Mothership Core. So the first Reaper for PureLegacy is moving around. Lillekanin's checking for proxies on the other side of his cliff. This actually means he could lose a 1v1 fight against this Reaper. Oh, yeah, PureLegacy's Reaper shows up, gets the first volley, so he will actually win 1v1. He needs to run back to the SCVs, but I think he's going to be able to kill the Reaper, and he... Oh, misclicks! Does not get the Reaper. 2 lings are coming up for HaNfy. HaNfy speed, very close to finishing. Ooh, hashtag dicey, Kev, hashtag dicey, hashtag Kappa. This Reaper is running, and it will... Oh, no misclick from Lillekanin as he does pick that one off. Now it's 2v2. Dual Berettas moving up, jumping down the cliff as, well, the hit points are higher for PureLegacy's Reaper, so he should be able to win that fight, but speed's about to finish for HaNfy, and HaNfy is ready to just wreck base. He took the gold base behind this, getting some Spore Crawlers up, so what HaNfy's allowed himself to do with his speed opening is deal with any Reaper play that PureLegacy could throw at him. And at the same time, Larry's going into the Oracle, but a missile turret was already built for Lillekanin. We already have Spore Crawlers on the way for HaNfy, and because of this, they've once again chosen an opening that completely swats down the aggressive intentions of the red team. That's one thing that they've done a phenomenal job of so far in this series. These Reapers are going to jump up. They want to just pick off these lings. He manages to retake the tower. And, you know, Reapers still have a lot of damage potential to really, really kick ass. He's got the Mothership Core here, too. The Reapers are going to come down and force him to divert his attention between everything here. Mothership Core does get quite low. Oh, he's baiting him out for the Oracle as well. Still, just building command centers and Reapers at this point is PureLegacy, while at the same time, Lillekanin's got his third command. Oh, no, that's just his natural. Okay, very, very late expansion. He's going to go probably into Widowmine Thor, I guess, to deal with a Phoenix transition from Larry, but this is the first time in this series Larry is opening up with Warp Gate. Guys, I just want you to know, what you're seeing here is a product of madness. Larry is actually getting Warp Gate and not going for Mass Phoenix. PureLegacy, though, he's working on this reactor. There's not a whole lot here to deal with it. He's waiting for the speedlings to arrive. Oh, he's trying to just close off the exit. The Oracles are showing up, though, and they're going to clean out enough of the lings for some of these Reapers to escape. Actually, he's going to pick off the Marines that expose themselves, too. There is a window mine here, though. But he's content to just kill lings. Yeah, the Reaper's doing a really good job, too. So, these guys... Oh, he gets the reactor as well. Oh, that's That's just dirty, man. The micro from both of these players at the same time, just trying to control absolutely everything at once, has been really, really insane. As HaNfy trying to keep these Reapers away so that the Marines can kill them. Oh, the Oracles! No! Run. Whew. Intense start to this game. That Larry's got a gold base, as does HaNfy. PureLegacy has a regular natural expansion, but a third command center as well. And these Oracles, they shouldn't be able to deny this base, but he could scout it. Oh, he turned away at the last second, so he doesn't know about it just yet. PureLegacy, 6 Reapers. 6 Reapers moving out over here. There is a Widow Mine, so I don't think he can run into this, otherwise he'll lose a head-to-head battle. Oh, he might just try to snipe the mine with the Oracle's Revelation. This is really, really nice. Lillekanin's trying to jockey for positioning here. He might, I mean, yeah, I don't think he can bait the mine shot. Oh, he sees the Zerglings are kind of like waiting in tow as well. What if he put this mine here? That'd be really dirty. But there's actually some Phoenixes behind this at the same time. Pretty sick positioning battle that's going on. Neither team obviously wants to take damage. HaNfy's just been droning up like a madman though, as he's got that second gold base very close to completing. Lillekanin taking his third now. Whew, another gold base going to be taken for Larry. And the Reaper Oracle Force is going to come check this gold. Now he sees it. He's like, okay, I can probably just deny this with my Mass Reaper play. No big deal whatsoever. And Larry's Phoenix begin to clear the map of any Overlords whatsoever. So at this point in the game, Lillekanin, what is he going for? We see that like PureLegacy is going to play his Marine strategy, which is basically just mass Marine tank. He's not going to do anything outside of that. Really, really heavy bio. He seems to favor bio on this map. And Larry is actually going to play a standard Protoss Deathball style from the looks of things. He got Warp Gate. He has, yeah, I was going to say he didn't turn his gateway into a Warp Gate yet. But he's not actually focusing on the Phoenix production. He built just 3 to clear out the map. And he actually got a pretty quick Warp Prism. So maybe what we're going to see out of him, as he gets a Double Forge, is just a Zealot Harass. Maybe some Dark Templar if he gets the Twilight Council fast enough. But this is going to be that macro game. But we're going to see both Terran players this game actually go for bio. Actually, no. Lillekanin's going to go macro. We're going to see one Terran player go for bio. Now, this is tricky because the map is very big. So if you come out into this open area, I still feel there's enough choke points for mech to defend, you know? This particular space is very, very wide open, though. But it's going to be, from the blue team, the same thing that they've done all series long, as that Widow might actually grab the Reaper kill. It's going to be mech Roach Hydra Viper, except this time it's going to be versus bio, bio Deathball. Ah, yes! He's going to get the last Reaper, so actually really nice defense there. That Widow Mine did a really good job with the help of these SCV missile turret baiters to disadvantage these Phoenix. Going to pick up an Overlord in the south position of the map. An Observer for Larry. Wow, Larry knows how to make... Ooh, he can barely not see it. It's barely out of the range of that missile turret. The fact that the Observer can almost see the missile turret is pretty nuts. But, a scan from Lillekanin. Actually, a scan from PureLegacy to try to see what Lillekanin's up to. It is mech. He sees the missile turrets at the end. They have really made them afraid of the Phoenix play. Look at this, 10 Overlords on the way. Like, HaNfy just doesn't want to have to worry about getting supply blocks for the rest of this game. Now, that gold base that took a bunch of damage earlier on could be a target later. But Templar Archives on the way. Blink, 1-1. Larry's just trying to use all this money to build up a ridiculously powerful Gateway army very, very quickly. I'm surprised that despite the robotics facility, he did not get a Robo Bay. So we are not going to see Larry actually go for Colossi anytime soon. But he does have another Warp Prism on the way out. He's got 2 Warp Prisms already. One with 3 sentries loaded in. That does get spotted at the tower. But these 2 Medivacs for PureLegacy, I guess what he wants to do is use the Warp Prisms to distract and drop at the same time. And he could also use the Oracles to help clean up any defending forces. Here comes the drop from PureLegacy. He's got Stim. Drones are being forced back. Some Roaches are coming to defend. Quite a few Roachling. At the same time, one of the Oracles gets killed by this little force of blue. And Larry, you're not going to get a Warp Prism in this space. Not easily. It's going to be very, very tricky to make that happen. So the Medivacs get pushed back for now. He did a little bit of damage, but not a crazy amount. Storm, 2-2 now starting up for Larry as he's basically dumping all of his Chrono Boosts into these upgrades. And where is everybody headed from this point onwards? There's a Dark Shrine finally coming in for Larry, by the way, too. Mech upgrades are now on the way for Lillekanin. As this is going to be that slow passive start, guys. That slow passive start. Can he see this Warp Prism? No, barely can't. Larry's is positioned pretty much just over the edge of this cliff. As he could try to put some more pressure on. He could pretty much just warp in straight from here now with this. These Hydras for HaNfy pushing the Medivacs back. PureLegacy recognized this was the only open area, and because of that, Lillekanen's like, no, we're not dealing with drops this game. That other Warp Prism, though, he's got 3 sentries in this one. He could try to force field off this main ramp. I think he's playing the long con here because he's got this, well, that's a factory, because he's got this drop supporting him and this Warp Prism as well. So the whole point of this, distract, distract, distract. Buy time, buy time, buy time. By time, by time, by as much time as you can. Here comes the Warp Prism, but the Vikings are already in position with the support of some Hellions. The Vipers for HaNfy can actually pull that back, and he loses the Warp Prism with all 3 sentries inside of it. As that's quite a rough position to be placed in. As PureLegacy now shows up here, he's got medevac all over the map. This hatchery is actually supported by some siege tanks, which is really nice. Like those, the hatchery with the siege tanks is nice. The tanks are a really great buffer here. And PureLegacy is trying to clean up some of the creep of HaNfy. But things are looking a little bit rough here for the blue team as they've been pouring in supply very slowly. But they've been playing the long con. They're playing the turtle style. However, all the Warp Prism actually comes right in on top of the tank. So that you might be able to finally pick this gold base off. 2-2 finishing up in the next 20 seconds for Larry. Gets the queen. He's going to try to focus down maybe the drones. Or, yeah, I guess he can try to just take out the Spions. That's also acceptable. How many more Warp Prisms does he have on the map? I'm really interested to know. Because he's been building them pretty diligently. Oh, he's out. He's getting another Robo. Why is he's just going to build like 2 Warp Prisms at a time. The drop here might deny this hatchery. He's focusing it down. Okay, he's fighting the roaches down. Never mind. He picks up Goose away. Sensor tower is going to be placed by Lillekanin to watch for any further drops. Oh, he's got another 4 medevacs, actually. This could really complicate things. But without another Warp Prism, he can't... There's no, like, tag team play that can be made here by the red team. So, Colossus production begins. At the same time, it's 3-3. 2-2 is finishing for our Terran player, PureLegacy. Swarm hosts are on the way out now for the blue team. Oh, those Marines are so clumped against the Hellions. And the Blinding Cloud says, nope, you're not coming up this ramp. Boots away. Oh, medevac. Woo! From downtown. And these medevacs. He should be able to kill all of them. Oh, he gets every last one. Does he have enough abducts to get another one? He gets a few more. Oh, okay. So, you know, he escapes with about maybe 15 supply worth of units. More scans being dropped by Lillekanin as he wants to know where everything is. And I think there were some scans on this side. He's like, where's the army? Where's the army? These guys are getting ready to bust down the rocks. PureLegacy is maxed out, and so is Larry. Larry has Storm. Larry has a Colossus, the hero giraffe. And he has his 3-3 very close to finishing up. This is going to be a very difficult push to stop. The Blinding Clouds will not be as effective since there are no tanks in this composition. And the Abducts will be a bit trickier since those Templar can get Storm and feedbacks off. Now, the army's moving in towards the right side. The Creep Tumors allow the blue team to see everything here. And the tanks, the Hellbats, all moving into position. Now, there were never a lot of tanks made in the army compositions of Lillekanin. So this hatchery gets killed. There's an absolutely insane number of Marines as the Colossus range finishes. A few more Marines trickle across the map. 3-3 is not done just yet. But I guess it's not the biggest concern at this time. There's a lot of Vikings. Honestly, not a whole lot of air. Maybe he was expecting that air play again because here comes the big stem. PureLegacy is just running in. He's going to Phoenix picking up the siege tanks so that the Marines can go right under them. Picks up all the siege tanks. There's not a lot of swarm hosts to actually stop the army from continuing to push in here. And that air switch for Banshees being made by Lillekanin is not going to help a lot against a bunch of Marines when there are scans available for PureLegacy, so he needs to get another scan. He needs to get through the Swarm host and continue to drop those storms on top of the Hydras. He's pushing them away, buying a little bit of time here, buying some space as the Marines push forward again, pick out the hatchery in the northwest. The Vikings don't actually have anything to shoot because the Colossus isn't the biggest damage dealer with those storms, and the Templar are out of energy. But the siege tanks have mostly been cleaned up. The Swarm hosts have all been cleaned up. Another big stand out of PureLegacy as he's continuing to trade away tons and tons of resources. The Vikings are going to work on the medevacs now, but I do think he needs to back up. He's more than certainly overstayed his welcome, but Larry has a dank bank of resources. Some Marines and Marauders coming over the other side with some Zealots, and the Banshees are able to clean those up as he's playing for air superiority at this point in time. HaNfy getting at a big wave of swarm hosts during all of this, and Larry's got an Oracle. Kill the drones. Kill the drones. Nope. Okay, that's fine too. 3-3 is finishing up for PureLegacy. Larry has his 3-3. Larry is making an air switch into 5 Stargates and a fleet beacon. He's decided that he wants to play with Phoenix this game. This Oracle actually has enough energy to detect and kill. And that's just... Blizzard, please. This poor Extractor. I'm sure there's an abuse case we could write about that. This Oracle has so much energy. Highlight of the game right here. He's going to get some Zealots over on this left side base, trying to knock it down, but I think he should be able to defend against this. He's got some blue flame Hellbat Arenos in position. And the missile turret ring actually being placed alongside the untaken bases by Lillekanin to try to stop any further movement of medevacs by PureLegacy, to try to stop any potential Phoenix switches, which, by the way, there's a big, giant freaking Phoenix switch coming. But the next push for PureLegacy is ready. He's maxed out. Larry's just biding his time. Lillekanin is also maxed out, so I think this is a more than defendable push now that I think about it. Like, the Swarm hosts are here too with the Roach Hydra, so it's basically one player's army versus the other. And he cannot medevac boost to escape because there's a bunch of missile turrets covering the way. He abducts the medevac saying, nope, you're not going anywhere. Blinding Clouding in the army so that he can't all fight against the Roach Hydra. And this is actually a fantastic Blinding Cloud. So many units not firing for PureLegacy, and now the Locusts show up to fight. He moves some Templar in, drops some Storms, but Larry actually losing quite a bit here of his Templar. There are some more Zealots over here. The Phoenix count not crazy high because that Viking count is looking so fresh. 7 Vikings with the support of the Roach Hydra. Very, very nice. Marine Marauder. I think he killed a couple drones there. He's like, okay, I want to escape, but I probably should kill these missile turrets. I'm imagining that he wants to get this. He knows there's a turret here, so he probably just expects there to be others, yeah. So he's going to kill those up. Somehow Zealots get into the main base. There's not really much to kill. A few drones. Oh, the Hellbats just get him in the perfect choke point, though. That's beautiful. So this gets cleaned up without too much difficulty. Now he's like, okay, more missile turrets. Let's throw those out. He got rid of the sensor towers, but this army, he still wants to stop him from escaping. He scans. He's like, move the Vikings. Vikings! Nope. Maybe PureLegacy will be able to escape. But PureLegacy's next army is already on the left side. He knows that this mech force is grossly out of position. In fact, now they scan. Now they know where they are. But this position, no, I need 5 tanks with this many Hellbats. I think this is defendable. The Phoenix could actually come pick up all the siege tanks, so that would also be a really, really big boon. Yeah, he's going to grab all the siege tanks, and the bio stims in once again for PureLegacy, trying to knock everything down here. He's picked up all the tanks in the back, so there's nothing here to get AoE damage against this massive clump of bio. He's going to focus on the planetary fortress. The repair is not fast enough. And the Hydralisks and Roaches are trying to move their way across the map with the Banshees, with the Vikings, but the Swarm hosts are not quite that mobile. And he actually has enough Phoenix to overpower the Air Force here. He's just continuing to move in. The Marines are in a high enough count that the Banshees alone can't quite cut it. And the Phoenix is going to kill them anyway, so that doesn't really matter because they have another drop in the top right base. The gold base being completely denied here by PureLegacy as he moves into the production. Larry just trying to use those Phoenix as support units, but he's got enough bio with the 3-3 against the 2-2 Roach Hydra. It's not going to be enough. He's starting to Graviton Beam with all of the Hydralisks up. There's a couple of Infestors, but they don't actually have enough energy from the road, so he's going to be able to kill all of them. Not even getting to spend the energy on infested Terrans. And the Marines Marauders coming up. He's going to pick up another one of these bases. Lillekanin and HaNfy are beginning to crumble under the weight of Larry and Legacy as they continue to push through, taking every base on their side of the map. Taking, actually, pretty much close to every single base on their side of the map. Moving their way towards the production. There's a single tank trying to hold the fort up home. There is a Thor, but I don't think that Thor is going to be the game changer at this point in the game. The Phoenix switch really worked out for the red team, picking up every last base, and it looks like we're going to see PureLegacy and Larry move on to the grand finals. I don't think that they can be stopped at this point. The next push should be enough to seal the deal if this one is not on its own as they begin to kill the Swarm hosts. They've picked off close to every single unit, and more are crossing the map. I think this next push should be enough to end things. We have another massive wave of Marine Marauder making their way across the field. And with this many bases mining, with this much static defense set up, this shouldn't be a stoppable push. He's going to roll up. He's like, oh, you've got Ravens? Well, I'll just kill those off. I'll maybe splash you with your own secret missiles, or just spread out my Phoenix. Also acceptable. But he's just going to start to pick everything up. The Thor on its own can't deal damage quickly enough to actually kill this. He's killing off the Swarmos, he's killing off the tanks, and here comes the next bio wave looking for that gold base, which was never rebuilt. He can go to the other gold base, which was mined out. And I think HaNfy just realized, like, oh man, I didn't get pathogen glands. Some fungals earlier on would have been very, very useful. I think this is where they push in and try to end it. These 3 Thors have moved up to the front, so he sees the Thors. The Phoenix can come from behind, picking up one of the Infestors, getting the rest of the Infestors, actually, as that gold base is getting all of these 3 siege tanks that were busy here defending. They should all die. The Thors are going to kill most of the Phoenix, but it just doesn't seem like an issue at this point anymore. Zealots kind of blocked off. They're trying so hard to defend this, to keep this series going, to stay alive, but I just don't see any way that Legacy and Larry can be stopped. Like, they just got so much. The next massive army moving out. A meager force is left here. Zealots are actually pushing in against Hellbats, which is never a good sight. As a few extra Stalkers move into auto turrets trying to fight against this. But auto turrets aren't going to save the day. The Zealots continue to pour into the main base of him. He moves the Phoenix in against all the missile turrets. Drops the Storm on Thors. He's got a drop in the main base, focusing down HaNfy's hive. And GG is called. Lillekanin and HaNfy tap out. And PureLegacy and Larry are going to advance to the grand final of the 2v2 Ting Cup.